Hey guys, this is Chico Lopez. I want to keep this conversation going the way it has been going and not like I'm just got on my phone and started making a video. And I'm talking to my wife. I'm talking to my wife right now. She's driving. And the conversation was about our understanding and what we want in life. You understand? It was an understanding about, kind of trying to get a great idea of the kind of clients that we want to work with and the kind of people that we want to engage with. And we had a difference of understanding, and I wanted to express to her a very clear view, kind of readjust our view, because it's easy for us in a society where everybody's trying to make everybody happy. This society is a society of, everything that I have, I need to show off. It's a society where, people trying to floss and show off and whatever, and everybody trying to make everybody, I need to be politically correct, I cannot offend you, and we're gonna be all hold hands and sing kumbaya. I'm not really exactly the kind of guy to hold hands and sing kumbaya. I am actually the opposite. I'm the guy that understands that it's something called the good, the bad, and the ugly. I love the movie. I love the movie because the movie actually shows exactly that. There was a good man, there was a bad man, and there was one that was really ugly. And it gives you an idea of the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's being used through societies, through generations. And I haven't heard the young generation talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly. They actually talk about making everybody happy. And the purple dinosaur, Bernie, is going to hug everybody and make sure your feelings are okay. Well, my friend, let me tell you something. I got something called values and principles. And if my values and my principles make you uncomfortable, that's going to be your problem. That's the kind of person I am. I got my values, I got my principles. Now, you got yours, and if I don't like yours, you better bet I'm going to be far away from you. Because I respect your right to have your values and your principles, but if they don't fit what I believe is great and what matters and how life should be, I'm going to be away from you. I'm going to move out of your country, and I'm going to move to a country where things are accepted. And if nothing happens, I'm going to move into the jungle or a place where I'm different. I live in Brazil, and I am an island when it comes to many things in Brazil, especially the dogs. I'm an island, okay? To the point that the whole community or society of people with dogs never consider me one of their own. Never did, never will. I am an island. Because they got their own set of standards and beliefs and what they tolerate and don't tolerate, and I don't. I'm an old school guy, and old school doesn't mean there are bad things. No, my friend. Society in many areas is not going from good to great. Society in many areas is going from great to crap. You understand? And I'm not saying that everybody new is actually worse. A lot of great people, a lot of young guys that are great, but the whole thing in the big scale is in trouble. He's really in trouble. So let's talk about a little bit about my dogs, okay? Let's talk a little bit about my dogs. This is the thing that I read from a gentleman by the name of Patrick Ben David. Life is interesting. Won't always be good, won't always be bad, and won't always be great. But if you live based on a rich set, listen to this, rich, on the right set of values, and principles, you will have more good and great than bad. Good and great will come to you if you have the right set of principles and values. And when it comes to the American Pitbull Terrier, there is something that always attracts people. It became a society. It became a network. It became a community, and they get together, and most of them are on the same level of understanding. And there are new gurus they're coming in, and there are new people that think they know it all, and so on and so forth. And that's how they measure. Those are their standards. My standards are on a different level. When it comes to who I want to associate, I got automatically something that make me successful when I develop my dogs. I had a blacklist of what it was not acceptable to me. I had a blacklist. When I started with the dogs and social media and who I want to network yes or not, I have a blacklist. The same thing, I had a blacklist in some of the events that I put together. I wrote the names of the people that no matter how much money they offer me, they will come into the events. I made a list of who and what type of human was not allowed to come in. And it worked out, and it became historical. And when it comes to the breed, I said, this bloodline and this bloodline and this bloodline will not be. When I looked around, everyone was completely out of the picture. I was not accepting this. And at the very end, somewhere 25 years later on developing my dogs, there was a group of dogs that were similar in some way, somehow, didn't share common ancestors, but the bases were similar. And I said, let's give them a shot, see what happens. And they didn't fit in. So when it comes from me, my life, and who I want to associate, and who I want to talk to, who I want to see with my dogs, is people that are absolutely away from breeding dogs, want to breed dogs, want to be kennels, they're associated with kennels, they are involved into the bloodlines, and they want to learn about everybody. And I ask a question to that guy, and what is your opinion? Those guys no need to network with me. And the reason why they don't need to network with me is very simple. They don't need to network with me because I got nothing to hear from them, and I have nothing to tell them. That's simple. And when it comes to the dog fighters, oh no, I'm not a dog fighter, I'm a dogman. Yeah, man, I'm not a breeder, bro. I'm a dogman. Oh yeah, that guy. Those two guys, the breeder and the dogman, I want nothing to do with them. Let me tell you exactly who's in my right list, in my white list. Entrepreneurs who are developing themselves, or are fully developed. People that have an understanding of having your word. When you give your word, you keep your word. That's very difficult to find. And so you guys that are not even going to do business with me, but at least you're listening, you'll pay attention to what I just said now. Finding people that have a word is one of the most difficult things in the world. You run through 10,000 men, you find one that'll keep their word all the time. Some of them keep their word when it's convenience to them, halfway convenience to them, but they won't keep their word long term. They're not consistent with the same energy to keep their word. You understand? So what I want to tell you is, in my life, I want to deal with people that are not related to the dogs. And the reason why I don't want to is because I'm a person that works in a very weird to you, perfect to me world of selection and developing. When you work in the area of selection in any breed, automatically you're going to have something that you're going to have compared to what. And you're going to be working with some things, and you're going to be not wanting to know absolutely other things. You're going to have a value of great and a value of zero. Great and zero. Great and zero. And everything that don't fit in great, it becomes zero. It might be good for somebody else, but to me, it becomes zero. So when I'm working with the great dogs, and I'm working with people that buy my dogs, I'm working with great. And anything that fits in zero, oh, I got some dogs, no, this guy is zero. I want to work with the guy that tells me, Mr. Lopez, I'm a business owner, I got an old dog, I appreciate what you do with the dogs, I appreciate you not working with breeders and stuff like that, and the dogs you have, they are so beautiful, they are so different than anybody else's, your accomplishments, your merits, what you have done. And I just want to have another dog like my old dog. Here are the pictures of my old dog here. You understand? And I'm willing to sign the contract where if I break the contract, I'll literally give up the rights of my dog. The dog that I purchased and the money that I paid for it. I'm willing to do that because I'm a man of my word. I'm not associated with breeders. I'm not associated with dog fighters. I'm not associated with anyone in the so famous community of the internet swamp or trash. What they all do is waste time, talk about war stories. And the reason why I said it is because me, Chico Lopez, I'm not interested to find out things like how mysterious was the pedigree of Grand Champion Buck, and how did Honey Bunch, who was her father, and did they fake the moon landing, or maybe Bigfoot is real. Doesn't matter to me. Or do I want to hear the worst stories about this dog and that dog and this dog versus that dog? I'm not interested in none of this BS. I didn't become to be the Chico Lopez by listening to none of this crap. This never served me a purpose. It never helped me, and that's not the kind of guy I am. I select, develop, select, develop, and all these mentalities around me did not ever help me, are not going to help me now, and I'm not going to entertain them. At the end days of my life, I want to work with people that admire my journey, admire my dogs. I can create a positive impact in their lives. Their children can become more masculine. Their children can become tougher. Their children can have a great dog and the greatest dog experience in the planet. That's exactly what I want. I want them to have the greatest experience in the world. And never look at any other breed. And always look for the dogs that came from Chico Lopez. That's what I want. I want to add a tremendous amount of value by giving them a tremendous value on a dog. And I don't want to know nothing about all these holding hands, kumbaya, training people, and how can you help me to become a better breeder? I don't want no breeders around me. Breeders are the cancer of every single breed. And I hope this message is understood. I hope you understand. Okay? Might be very tough for some people. Might be tough for you. Maybe they have a father, or maybe your uncle or grandfather was not as tough as I am. But that's how I work, and that's the only way I work. Okay? God bless you. Bye-bye.